So I wanted to quickly share something that I just did. Somehow, I don't know how, like always, but you guys ever find yourselves on YouTube and you get a ton of random videos and topics just recommended to you? Like, shoot, some of you guys have told me that you found me under recommended, but it was on a video that's totally unrelated to whatever I was posting about. Well, it happened to me, and I went down a deep, dark hole. And it's really nothing terrible. It's just that I never thought about how terrifying something is. So I found myself watching a 20-minute video of lightning strike compilations. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh yeah, the chances of you being struck by lightning is really low. And I have lived through a lot of storms, so I'm not frightened. But then I found out about this place that apparently it's the place that has more thunderstorms than anywhere else in the world, and it's in somewhere in West Venezuela. I forget the name already. It starts with a C. Um, but I thought that it looked amazing. Like at nighttime, it looks like a show and lights and all that thunder sounds, roars, wind, water. But as relaxing as the sound of a storm can be, for me, it actually terrified me, and I'm surprised about this because, in case you guys haven't heard me say this in the videos you have watched thus far, my favorite focus in life, like my favorite thing to learn about, is the weather, natural sciences. So, geology and meteorology in particular, that's what I would have studied had I gone to school. But as a kid, I used to love the idea of storms coming, like snowstorms or hurricanes and you name it. But now that I'm an adult, my opinion has changed because, when you're an adult, you have responsibilities, and responsibilities often mean that you have to take risks, and usually there's no excuse for you to get out of something. Like for me, it is anytime it snows, I try to make it to work because I'm like, I got bills to pay and I don't get paid for missing work like that? So I know that my safety should come first, but I'm like, if I don't work, there won't be safety for me either way. See what I'm saying? So I'm trying to just pick the lesser of two evils. But as I watched this lightning compilation, I remember times that I was really close to a lightning strike. Like, I'll never forget when I was at my dad's house, just spending a month over at his place, and all of a sudden, this storm just rolled in. And then I remember doing what I'm doing right now, like laying in bed, and there was a window across from me. And then I saw a flash, and if maybe a second later, I heard this really, really, really loud noise that just got louder. And it sounded like something being torn. And then it turned out that lightning had struck one of his trees in his backyard. So I was like, holy crap, that was surreal. It could have struck the house. And you just don't know what could have happened. And then during this compilation, I saw lightning striking some of I think they're called transformers or something. Like, it's part of what powers a street. I don't know my electric equipment terms very well, so just bear with me on that one. But it helped me respect nature more. Like, I have always known how weak we are, like Mother Nature is really what governs. But while I watched this compilation, I told myself the worst thing I went through was last year. I was driving, and all of a sudden, hail started falling. I mean, big hail, and lots of it. I was able to drive into a parking deck, but it was difficult. I had no visibility. I couldn't tell if there was a car in front of me, and it sounded like an avalanche or just a lot of tiny rocks just falling on me. And my biggest concern was the windshield breaking. I strongly considered filming this as it happened, but I didn't because I felt like I had to really, really, really focus on my safety and then trying to multitask filming something. And I just wanted to film the sound really. But during those seconds of me setting up my phone and not worrying about finding somewhere to park at that's safer, something bad could have happened. So I happened to be close to a parking deck, so I just went there as best as I could. I didn't run into anything, so I was pretty lucky about that. But that helped me respect the weather so much more. Like, I've always done it, but I used to actively wish for bad weather, but now I'm like, please do not make a habit of showing up with immense intensity, you know, anywhere that's populated, which is pretty much every corner in the world except for the extremes. Like, I'm pretty sure no one is a resident of Antarctica or something. So there can be visitors, but not residents. So I'm like, man, the weather is something that's necessary, and I get it, but yeah, the devastation is just unbelievable. So, so yeah, guys. I felt like I would ramble about that because, like I said, I felt like I fell down a dark hole while watching that because I'm like, wow, why is this giving me anxiety? And I'm like, all right, I'm older, I'm an adult with responsibilities, I understand the consequences of storms now and what it actually means and how it affects people when they really strike bad. So I thought that I might share with you just a few of my storm experiences. I may do a hurricane video later on because I have lived through a couple, but honestly, I don't remember them very well, so I'll just have to give myself a day or two to meditate on it, and if I remember something remarkable about any particular storm, I'll make sure to share it. But yeah, guys, I would love to hear from you. What storms have you lived through? Hurricanes, tornadoes, which I'm absolutely terrified of, and some 8 years ago, there happened to be one a few miles away from my house, and I did not know a thing about it, but somehow it completely missed my area. But it did tear through the area that, of course, it was actually in. So that was particularly shocking because I'm like, wow, it really could have headed in my direction, and I had no idea about it. But yeah, as far as I know, no one was really hurt or killed from what I remember. I may be wrong. It's been a while. But yeah, everything that got torn down, it was mostly businesses. So of course they have insurance. They got restored pretty rapidly. But yeah, you guys, I would love to hear what you have to say about it. Yeah, and what do you think is the best way to prepare for a storm? Do you think that every single house has the potential of being safe, or do you really recommend that we all go to like shelters? Are shelters always more sturdy than your house? More sturdy than your house? And the reason I ask that is because I have moved so much, and no two places I've lived at have ever been the same. Like, um, every single apartment I've been in has been different. And then I've been in apartments ever since we had to leave our house. So I have no idea how to examine a structure to determine how in shape it is against a storm. You know what I mean? So, anyways, just something to talk about. I can't believe that as someone who loves the weather and natural sciences, I don't talk much about it. So I think I'll post a thing or two about it at least once a month, and as often as I can. And yeah, see what we can discuss. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.